Here we are at Kensington Central Library for the Scole Debate. We're just going down into the lecture room and display centre. And his colleagues at the Society for Psychical Research have set up a display of the Scole phenomena. This displays some of the physical objects that were manifested during the Scole experiment, and also one of the pictures of St Paul's Cathedral during the Blitz, which was manifested onto photographic film. Alpha and Omega film, and also the films where faces were manifested. The spirit beings said that they were all trying, members of their photographic team were all trying to manifest, and the splodges are the unsuccessful attempts. This is the Reflexionis film. A physical copy of the Daily Mail was manifested during the experiment. This was a whole newspaper, and the paper was tested, sent off by the scientists for testing, and found to be 1944 paper, done in the same script as would be of that time. This is the information from the Srimad Bhagavatam, which was left on a film, and the translation was a spiritual message. These are the cancer film, which was said to be suggestive of a cure for cancer, and in the bottom left hand corner is the numbering T21, which may be some sort of clue to the T cells. These are images which were from photographs that were just left on the table during the experiments, and the spirit being said they were able to influence the atoms and molecules on the films to produce these pictures. The picture on the left is that of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. These were the films that manifested when the scientists began attending at the sessions, and the one at the bottom, the X-ray fingers, is one in which Walter Schnittke held the film for the entire session, and it appears as if an X-ray of his fingers has manifested onto the film. At no time did the film leave his possession and supervision during this particular experiment. These films were also manifested during the experiment with the scientists there, and at one point they introduced a security box for deposit of the films during the experiments, and these films were intended to add to the evidentiality by not allowing any tampering during the experiment. There have been some criticisms that the boxes can be tampered with, but the scientists who attended the experiments have tried to deal with this in their report by saying that the other measures they took, such as holding the box during the experiments, were sufficient to go against the idea that fraud was perpetrated. The farmhouse of Dr. Hans Scher in Ibiza in Spain, where one of the experiments was conducted, the idea was that the experiments would be taken out of the Scole cellar so that a new venue would be introduced whereby the Scole group would have had no opportunity to influence the environment in any way. This is a video film, a still from a video film that was manifested under the supervision of an experiment done by Hans Scher, Dr. Hans Scher, and he brought his own film, he used his own video camera, and during the experiment this image manifested onto the video film. As you can see, it's a man in a bubble.